What's up, y'all? Another Bible study, Bible reading, Matthew 23. Then Jesus spoke to the crowds and his disciples, saying, The Scribes and Pharisees have seated themselves in the chair of Moses. Therefore, do all that they tell you and observe, but do not according to their deeds, for they say things and do not do them. See, right there, Jesus is telling his disciples to follow the law of Moses, the law of God, not just the Ten Commandments. They tie up heavy burdens and lay them on men's shoulders, but they themselves are unwilling to move them with so much as a finger. But they do all their deeds to be noticed by men, for they broaden their phylacteries and lengthen their tassels on their garments. They love the place of honor at banquets and the chief seats in the synagogues, and respectful greetings in the marketplaces, and being called rabbi by men. But do not be called rabbi, for one is your teacher, and you are all brothers. Do not call anyone on earth your father, for one is your Father, he who is in heaven. About the father thing, unfortunately, a lot of leaders in the church, in particular the Pope, goes by father, and the papacy actually claims to be above the Bible. But anyway, do not be called leaders, for one is your leader, that is Christ. But the greatest among you shall be your servant. Whoever exalts himself shall be humbled, and whoever humbles himself shall be exalted. But woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, because you shut off the kingdom of heaven from people. For you do not enter in yourselves, nor do you allow those who are entering to go in. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, because you devour widows' houses, and for a pretense you make long prayers. Therefore you will receive greater condemnation. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, because you travel around on the sea and the land to make one proselyte, and when he becomes one, you make him twice as much a son of hell as yourselves. Woe to you, blind guides, who say, Whoever swears by the temple, that is nothing, but whoever swears by the gold of the temple is obligated. You fools and blind men, which is more important, the gold or the temple that sanctified the gold? And whoever swears by the altar, that is nothing, but whoever swears by the offering on it, he is obligated. You blind men, which is more important, the offering or the altar that sanctifies the offering? Therefore, whoever swears by the altar swears by both the altar and everything on it. And whoever swears by the temple swears by both the temple and him who dwells within it. And whoever swears by heaven swears by both the throne of God and by him who sits upon it. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you tithe mint, dill, and cumin, and have neglected the weightier provisions of the law, justice, mercy, and faithfulness. But these things you should have done without neglecting the others. You blind guides, who strain out a gnat and swallow a camel. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you clean the outside of the cup and the dish, but inside they are full of robbery and self-indulgence. Don't be that person that's clean on the outside, that appears to be righteous, but inside you're not. Don't be that. You blind Pharisee, first clean the inside of the cup and the dish. First clean your heart. First be right in your heart, and it'll show outwardly. Don't give an outward showing of righteousness, and you're not right inside. You blind Pharisee, first clean the inside of the cup and the dish, so that outside may become clean also. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you are like whitewashed tombs, on which on the outside appear beautiful, but inside they're full of dead men's bones and all uncleanness. So you too, outwardly appear righteous to men, but inwardly you're full of hypocrisy and lawlessness. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For you build the tombs of the prophets, and adorn the monuments of the righteous, and say, if we had been living in the days of our fathers, we would not have been partners with them in shedding the blood of the prophets. So you testify against yourselves, that you are the sons of those who murder the prophets. Fill up, then, the measure of the guilt of your fathers, you serpents, you brood of vipers. How will you escape the sentence of hell? Therefore, behold, I am sending you prophets and wise men and scribes, and some of them you will kill and crucify. Speaking about the apostles. And some of them you will scourge in your synagogues and persecute from city to city, so that upon you will fall the guilt of all the righteous blood shed on the earth, from the blood of righteous Abel, the first man who was murdered, to the blood of Zechariah the son of Berechiah, whom you murdered between the temple and the altar during Jesus' time. Truly I say to you, all these things will come upon this generation. Jerusalem, Jerusalem, who kills the prophets and stones those who are sent to her. How often I wanted to gather your children together, the way a hen gathers her chicks under her wings, but you were unwilling. Behold, your house is left to you desolate. That's a prophecy about the temple being destroyed 40 years later. Behold, your house is being left to you desolate, for I say to you, from now on you will not see me until you say, blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. That's the end of chapter 23. God bless you guys.